now on how you can manage projects in ADO. So I've been having some discussions around the idea that it's just a team tool for Scrum teams, and it really isn't. It's a life cycle management tool that allows you to manage projects, it allows you to manage in a matrix in organization. So what I'm going to do is I've created an area here called the Project Hub, which I'm going to talk about if you're a project manager. And then I'm going to change hats. I'm going to change hats to show what it would be like working from a value stream or a platform team, and show you how we can have total connectivity, including dependencies, across three totally distinct areas. So I'm going to talk about the hats I've got on. I'm going to start off with a project manager's hat on. And so that means I'm going to be working out of the Project Hub. So I'm just going to click through to that. And I'm going to use the view. I'm going to use the backlog view rather than the board view. So for consistency, I'll do that throughout, but the board view's there as well. I'm not going to go through all the functions of ADO. I'm just going to focus on this particular outcome that I'm trying to demonstrate. So in here, I've got this set to all teams. So at the moment, I'm in the project hub and I'm looking at all projects, but I don't really need to see all projects. So I've got these other teams. I've got the project ABC team and the project DEF team. I could have a project team that's called projects ABC and DEF, and then have another project team that's called XYZ. So you can set this up however you like, but at the moment I'm in the all, so you can see all projects. I'm just going to go to ABC as if I'm a project manager of just project ABC. So I don't have to see everybody else's projects. And at that point, I've actually put in the purpose of this twice. So the purpose of this project here, this is high level. Projects normally have 1, 2, 3 purposes. That's what we're going to put here. They could be phases if you're working in waterfall, like sometimes happens to be the case. And I mean phase 1, phase 2, not the actual cascade of test, release, etc. So let's focus on the first purpose and have a look at the work that's under there. So there would have been some co-creation of this and this purpose. Well, if that's the purpose, we're going to do the bookends of a project, which is discovery, and at the end we'll do the get into production. So here's the get into production. So those are the bookends. And then underneath, out of the discovery, we will find what work needs to be done. So there's some add value work, which let's say goes to a CRM team, and there's a regression test work that needs to happen. So what I need to do is see where is this work going to go. So if I was to click on this, for instance, this AB, I've already moved this to where it needs to be. So this work actually isn't going to be done by the project team. They need visibility of it and they need to plan with them. It's going to be done by a platform team, the high performing platform team. So when I close that, I'll have a look. There's this regression test by the website. Well, that's also not going to be done by the project team. That's going to be done by the value stream that looks after the website. So that is in the value stream. So that means what we can do is from this single area, we can see all of this other work and we can monitor it and we can see live updates of things by looking at the state. But it's not actually just on ours, it's actually available on their backlog as well. And I'm going to show you that in a second. Before I do, let's have a look. They're all the way down to the actual incremental way of working, which are these blue things. And for the CRM, for the value add work, which has gone to the platform team, you'll see they've got a risk and they've got to look at that risk. So as a project manager, I've still got my project manager hat on. That would be something I'd probably want to get an update on. And I can also see here there's an increment in progress. But that's for the website team, which is that value stream. Okay, so I can get everything I want from here. And the beauty of ADO is there's no need to go and meet with these guys because I can see it from here and I can self-serve. And it is live information. These are the only cards. There's also, by the way, a dependency between these two. So these states obviously aren't actually real. I've actually created a dependency, a hard dependency that the regression test can't begin until that's completed. And so I've created that dependency, and I'll show you that at the end how we demonstrate that. But first, let me change my hats off my project manager hat and let me go into the CRM, the high performing team, and show you what they're seeing and to show you how they've got all of their work, but none of their work is appearing on here apart from the stuff that we actually want to see. So I'm going to go and change projects, which if you bear with me, I'll go back to the home page and I will change that. I'll go to that high performing platform team. And straight away when I get in there, I will go to the backlog view so as it looks familiar, but they've obviously got boards, etc. And in that backlog view, I'm looking at the key results that they've got to deliver. And there is at the bottom there, this CRM So they might have not have it as their priority. So they've got all this other work that they've got to do first. But they could also pull it up and say, actually, that's now our number one priority. And this is for them to do. This is their work now. And when they do that, they've created this late requirements. So we saw that. Now I'm going to change that now. I'm going to say that that late requirements is done. It's no longer a risk. By the way, I didn't point that out. That's a risk. It's an iteration risk they've raised. So you can manage all your risks in here. But let's set that to done. Save and close. So I'll come back to that when I go back to the project management. But what this allows is those guys to totally manage their work on their platform team and be totally integrated with the project. So that's the platform team. Let's go and have a look at those other guys, which is the digital guys in the value stream, because they're going to be doing their website testing. So let's go to the value stream. And they've got teams inside there, and I call them team 1, team 2. But if I was to go and have a look at all work, I'll go and have a look at the backlogs. So this is the entire value stream. I beg your pardon, it's defaulted to team 1. Let's go and have a look at the project management of this. So I'm in the value stream and I'm a project manager in that value stream. And I can see here we have the regression test for ABC, and it's close to the top, so they're working on it because it's a priority. And in here we can see increment 1 is doing. So they can see all of their work. And again, they can prioritize that alongside all the others because their capacity is theirs to manage. And in fact, because we've got team 1 in here, you can actually have this team working live. So I'll go team 1, and they're sprinting right now. And so you're going to see that team board that people think this is all ADO does. And there's increment 1. Let me go and set that to done. So next day, project manager is going to see that. Okay. So that's how the teams can work. So I've showed you how a platform team and a value stream can work and do theirs quite independent of the project. But at the same time, they are updating that project. So let's go back to our project team and see how that's been updated live by those 2 updates. So remember, on the platform team, I closed the risk, and on the value stream, I closed that iteration. So again, let's go and have a look at the backlog of this project hub. And we're on projects ABC. Back with my project manager hat on, I'm coming through, I'm having a look, and I want to have a look down and see, oh, late requirements, brilliant, that risk has gone, and see that increment there. So I'm having to go through there, by the way. You don't need to. If you just wanted to see, well, let's just have a look at how the key results are going and just get updates on the key results. You can see just the key results. But I'm going to do it from there. So I talked about earlier about dependencies as well. So let me show you the dependencies. So I've got a plan over here that, again, I've created. And if we go to the dependencies plan, and you can configure these however you like. So just on here, I've thrown on project DEF, probably didn't need that one. So the high performing teams work and the project management of the value stream. Now it has brought back all of those. And I could put, what I'm going to do now, I could actually put into the settings this filter. But I wanted to show the filter going on. So I'm going to go, actually, I'm very interested in the add value to there and the regression test for there. So I'm going to put those 2 on. Okay, so those are the 2 deliverables that I've got that I'm interested in. And you can see there is a dependency on there. So let me just draw that. There is the dependency. And it's red. We've got a problem. Look, this one needs to be finished before that one, and we've got a problem because the dates aren't quite right. These run at different cadence, and that's actually caused the problem there. Okay, so what I've demonstrated is you can run independently in the same instance, but what I've got is I've got the same instance of ADO, but quite separate areas. They were totally separate. So you can have totally separate and independent areas, and how those teams can be independent, but they can be managed centrally through a hub like this, and how the dependencies can be managed. And I didn't labor on this very much, but also you can manage your risks and issues, and you can manage them at whatever level you like. So if you were at the portfolio level, you can create portfolio risks, and those would be obviously looked at in those portfolio ceremonies. You can create projects, so just looked at project meetings, risks and issues. And if you really want to, you can go all the way down and you can create incremental things that need, so within the sprint is iteration, sorry, so within the sprint. So that's RAID, dependencies, all visible, all filtered how you want, set up for the teams you want, all on the same, in the same tool, and all connected, all live. No need to go and get those updates. It's all live, and what can't speak can't lie. I hope that was a good demo for you.